Alrighty, welcome in. I have to apologize, a little technical difficulties there. My computer just died on me, but no big deal. Anyways, you are here for a live watch along for Itapema Challenge qualifiers, day one down in Brazil. I'm really happy you could join us here on Bet the Beach. My name is Chris Turk. As I said before, I got so rudely cut off. We got a U.S. men's big matchup here between Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander and Chase Budinger and Miles Evans. Taylor and Taylor took the first set. As you can see on the top of your screen, I guess bottom of your screen at the moment, 17-21, and Taylor went out to a big lead here in set number 2, and Chase and Miles have done a really good job to battle back and make this a 14-8 matchup. Chase on the serve right now. They're serving at Sander. All of a sudden, they've been serving at Crabb most of the game. Sander hits it just wide, and now it's 14-9. Taylor and Taylor still in the lead, and they're going to take their first time out. So that's going to give me an opportunity here to get you caught back up. Again, it's qualifiers, day one of the Itapema Challenge. If you want to go and watch this game along with me, go to VBTV. And the scores you see on the left side of your screen right over here are courtesy of volleyballworld.com, as I say right there. Again, Bet the Beach Live, been a busy day for a lot of American teams. I'll see if I can get you some updates here as we wait during this timeout. Savicino and Tony Rodriguez beating the Spanish duo 15-21, 21-15 and 21-18. So Savvy and Tony continuing their success early in the qualifying cycle for Paris. Quiggle and Schermerhorn dropped both today. Their first, I forget who that was against, but their second here against the Klinger sisters from Austria. They've been spectacular. I saw them at Queen of the Beach down in Miami about a month ago, and they really impressed, so I'm expecting to see really good things out of them. But let's take it right back to Taylor and Taylor here as this one continues on. There you go, 15-9 now, Taylor and Taylor. Taking a pretty commanding lead, and Taylor with a beautiful knuckle drop shot cross court to make it 15-9. One thing I should mention here, haven't been watching all day, but right now it is raining pretty hard, so rain definitely a factor in the game here between the two U.S. men's teams. And this is an important one, I would say, for a lot of reasons. If you looked at the U.S. men's pairs for qualification cycle for Paris. Obviously, we got a long way to go here, 14, 15 months still. But if you had to make some really predictions, I think a lot of people, and certainly here at Bet the Beach, we would tell you that we expect to see Kame Schalk and Triborn take one of those two spots. They struggled a little bit early in the season. They bounced back most recently in Tepic in the Elite 16. So they're playing a little better volleyball now. And again, it's a new partnership. As I mentioned on my last live stream, you got to get comfortable. Beautiful serve there by Taylor Sander, one of the best servers on the tour. Gets an ace off Chase Budinger to make it 16-10 here in this one. But as I said, it's an important matchup between two U.S. men's teams that are really vying for, in my mind, that second spot. I think Theo Brunner and Trevor Crabb would certainly make an argument to be in that mix. And another U.S. men's team that we're going to get to see for the first time on the men's tour, the qualification cycle, of Miles Partain and Andy Benish, also something to say in that mix. And they're here playing in this tournament as well. Let's see if we can take a look at what they've done here so far today. Crabb and Sander won their first match there. Chase and Miles won their first match. So both of these two teams playing right now, 1-0. Both in a good position. Evan Corey and Logan Weber with a good matchup against a very good Chile second team there. 21-19, 21-18. And then we did get to see the debut of Miles Partain and Andy Benish earlier, won in 3 sets against Italy there. I think that's Italy's 4th team. After getting smoked in the first set, 11-21, came back to win the second set 21-19 and the third set 15-8. So a good bounce back there. For Miles Partain and Andy Benish, a lot of people going to be taking a very close eye on that team as one of the teams that is in the mix here for that second spot in the U.S. run for Paris 2024. Back to live action here between Taylor and Taylor and Chase and Miles. And Taylor really putting the pressure on here. It's getting down to the 11th hour for Chase and Miles, and beautiful. Just a beautiful rescue knuckle there by Taylor Crabb. Not a great pass there by Taylor Sander, but Taylor Crabb with the over-the-shoulder knuckle cross and really rescuing his partner there and making it match point. And Sanders serves into the net, and Chase and Miles are going to have an opportunity here to try to rescue this one, but I think a little too late. I think Taylor and Crabb are going to go 2-0 in the qualifiers and put themselves in a very good position to win their pool and qualify to enter that main draw here tomorrow. Taylor and Taylor showing some quick stuff here today, and it's quick stuff that gets it done. Back set by Taylor Crabb. Taylor Sander goes across, gets the touch off Chase Budinger. And that will do it. Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander winning this one 2-0 against Chase Budinger and Miles Evans. All right, let's take a look at a couple other American teams here before we sign off. I do want to remind you that if you go over to our Instagram page, at Bet the Beach, as you can see right there, we got all sorts of stuff for you. We got challenge picks coming. I said Tuesday. I revised that to say Thursday because I wanted to see what happens in the qualifiers here. I think I will probably, in my top 10 for the picks, probably have at least 2 qualifying teams as a top 10 chance to win the tournament here in Itapema over the next few days. So late night tonight, I will be posting my picks for men's and women's odds, either late night tonight or early tomorrow morning, one or the other. But you'll get our picks and our odds for who we expect to take this challenge event, the third challenge event, third of the qualification cycle for Paris in 2024. Rest of the games that are going on here tonight, let's get you a preview. Evan Corey, Logan Weber taking on a good Cuban team, 5 o'clock. That's Eastern time, 5 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock local time. And really the match that everybody wants to see. Miles Partain and Andy Benish playing tonight against Brazil. That's 5:50 Eastern time, 6:50 local time from Itapema. That'll wrap up day 1 of qualification play here at Itapema. A couple other notes while I have you. I'll probably try to go live again once this weekend, once or twice. Whenever I see a good matchup coming or a couple of good matchups, I'll want to check in with you guys, and we can do a little watch-along. So if you're going to do the watch-along thing, go to vbtv.com. You got to sign up for that. And second screen me. Put me on one screen, put me on your phone, put VBTV up on the television, or do the other way, and put me up on the television, whatever you want to do there. But do a little watch-along, because my guess is if you're like me and you watch volleyball, you probably don't have a lot of people to go watch it with. You don't have really a sports bar you can go watch live volleyball at. Well, pull it up at home, crack yourself a beer. I'll have a beer in front of me, and we'll watch these games together. So stay tuned. Check in on our Instagram. I'll post it live when I'm about to go live. I'll let you guys know what I'm thinking. A couple of other things I wanted to talk about here while I had you, as we're getting really starting to get into the main flow of the season here. Volleyball Mag had an excellent article about a week ago. I want to make sure I get the author's name correct and give him the credit that he deserves. But if you go to VB Mag, I'll pull it up right now so we can kind of look at it together. They had a really good article about AVP. AVP announced its live viewing streaming options for the 2023 season about a day before their first event in Miami. The options for watching AVP this year, you got a couple of them. Well, I shouldn't say you have a couple of options. You have one option, and you have 2 courses. If you want Stadium Court, you can log in, pay for an ESPN Plus subscription, and you will get Stadium Court all season long on ESPN Plus. Great. Excellent. being connected to the four-letter network is nice. It's certainly something that's in a lot of households. There we go. I found it. Larry Hamill. Hopefully I'm getting your last name correct there, Larry. If it's Hamill, I apologize. This was an article back on March 27th. Again, go to volleyballmag.com and you'll get it. The title of the article, AVP responds to as 2023 streaming switches, limited choices bring social media heat, is the title of the article. And basically, what he gets into there is they made a change. The last 2 or 3 years, correct me if I'm wrong there, it was year 2 or 3, they've been on YouTube. And you've been able to get Stadium Court with commentary, and you've been able to get Court 1 with no commentary for every match, every main draw match of an AVP Pro Series event. And you get a lot of Tour Series events as well, and Gold Series, obviously. So a day before the season starts, they hadn't said anything, and they came out with this announcement. You're going to be able to get Stadium Court matches on ESPN Plus, which again is a paid-for subscription. You don't get ESPN Plus if you get ESPN on your TV. You have to pay for ESPN Plus. Comes with a lot of other stuff. I already had it for Champions League Soccer, so somewhat convenient for me. But if you want to watch Court 1, you have to go to the Bally Live app on your phone, which I have an iPhone. I downloaded. The first version of that app that I downloaded had no audio, so I had to delete that and download the other version of Bally Live app, and I was able to get this Court 1 with audio. Great. Looked at my Apple TV. Not available as an app on Apple TV. Bally Live has it. Looked at my Roku, because I have both, for this very reason. Not able to get the Bally Live app on your Roku. Okay, that's a pain, but I can cast it. Bally Live app will not cast to either my Apple or my Roku like every other video playing software does. Bally Live won't do that. So now, if I want to watch Court 1, I have to pull up my phone here, get it on my phone, and sit there and do this. Smallest screen in my house, and that's what I got to watch it on. I can't get Stadium Court games on my Bally Live. I have to go over to ESPN Plus. If I'm on ESPN Plus and I want to check in on Court 1, pull up the phone again. Now, I'll say this. We have been promised that unlike in many, many past years with YouTube and before that with Amazon, we're going to be able to get a Court 2, which is nice. A lot of the time, the games I want to watch are on Court 2. Who knows what court they're going to be on? Court 1, Court 2, you never know. And if it's on Court 2 before, no way to see it. So they've promised that we're going to get Court 1 and Court 2 on Bally Live. That's great. That's definitely a step in the right direction. However, having one tournament, 3 courts on 2 different apps, one behind a paywall, one on an app that you can't get on your device, you can't get on your Apple TV, you can't get on your Roku, and for what I'm told, you also can't get on an Android, is ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. You're trying... Beach volleyball is a sport that needs to make it easy. We need to make, and that's part of what we're trying to do here at Bet the Beach Live, we're trying to make it accessible, we're trying to make it entertaining and fun and simple. Simple. Everybody has a YouTube account. Everybody. Everybody can get on YouTube with 2 clicks and take a third click, search AVP, find the live stream, click on it. Almost everybody in the world. I don't say everybody. That's being hyperbolic, and I don't want to do that. Amazon Prime before that. That one was a little tougher, admitted. You have to download that app. Not everybody has the Amazon Prime app. I think more people do now. Shows like The Boys, stuff like that has made that a little more popular. But you went from YouTube, which is probably the world's most used streaming service, and I believe it's the world's most popular social media app, more popular than Facebook, more popular than Twitter, more popular than TikTok. YouTube is. You went from that, and you took your product, and you put it in 2 different places. You put one behind a paywall, and you put one on an app that only 30% of your fans can get. It's absolutely ridiculous. And Larry Hamill, and again, Larry, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your last name wrong. Larry wrote an excellent article. I encourage you to go read it because it has to do with the criticisms that AVP got after AVP Miami, and then AVP's response, which let me read you a couple of these quotes because not good. Not good. And a lot of the commentary and a lot of the stuff you're going to get from the AVP, besides here at Bet the Beach, is going to be from people that are invested in it, people that either are players, people that are commentators, people that are tied into the league and the organization. And the AVP is something that, right there, you can tell that I'm a big fan of. I love to consume it. But the people that run the AVP cannot get out of their own goddamn way. And the people that are giving you a lot of this content aren't going to tell you that because they can't. They're not beholden to it. Or they are beholden to it, and I am not. So AVP hears this strife, gets reached out to by this Larry. Larry says, quote, "In the interest of fair journalism, we reached out to the AVP for its reaction to this apparent groundswell of ill will among its customer base. In a statement issued to volleyballmag.com on Wednesday, the AVP wrote," you're going to like this one. Quote, "The AVP will continue to serve the majority of fans who are glad to watch on ESPN Plus and Bally Live. The reality of producing sports entertainment programming is that we will never make everyone happy. We know that our existing fans want consistency from the AVP. We have now established those long-term relationships with our partners, so fans will always know where to find us. Our overwhelmingly large segment of new fans are college-aged and predominantly women. With the move to ESPN and Bally Live, we are rising to meet them where they are. New fans are interested in watching amazing beach volleyball played by blah, 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 blah. Bringing live AVP finals to ESPN's family of networks gives us massive reach, and we are thrilled to have our athletes showcased by the worldwide leader in sports entertainment coverage. The monthly subscription fee is not only in line with what fans pay for access to other sports in the era of cord cutting, but it also offers subscribers the ability to watch thousands of hours of other sports." Oh, here's another thing. Yep, I told you, not on Android, not on Apple TV, not on Roku. I can't cast it to my television. People in Canada can't get Bally Live. AVP's got a huge Canadian fan base. So I'll say this. You just heard a lot of the blah, blah, blah. We really care about our fans, blah, 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 blah. It's bullshit, in my opinion. It's absolute bullshit. In this day and age, it's not like it's 2013 and you say, oh, ESPN, the 4 letters, that's huge. That's going to bring some credibility. You were on YouTube last year. What's bigger now? And YouTube you didn't have to pay for. Putting a sport that wants to grow behind a paywall is the stupidest thing that they could have done. And unfortunately for the AVP, it's in a long list of stupid things that they have done over the last few years. And the reason that I'm upset about it is because I'm passionate about it. I really care about the league. I want to grow the league. I love when I hear a guy like Taylor Crabb, who we just watched over here, beat Chase Budinger and Miles Evans. I love when I hear him talking about growing the AVP and how sometimes he'll opt to play one of those versus an FIVP because he knows how important it is to have a domestic tour that is successful and profitable and a place for people to succeed and grow the sport domestically. And the AVP just continues to fail, continues to flounder, continues to fail when it makes these decisions to make its product less accessible to the fans. And I'm not going to pull punches when it comes to that. I'm not upset. I'm not trying to, make a name for myself by being upset here. It's my honest reaction. Before the tournament even started, I talked to my girlfriend and I said, fiance, apologize, sorry. I told her ESPN, Bally Live, and she said, well, ESPN, that's good. And she's not wrong. And I think a lot of people felt that way. And it's true. Yeah, ESPN and ESPN Plus is good. However, it's the wrong decision, in my opinion. You were on YouTube. Getting the court 2, I think, is good. Putting your best product behind a paywall, I think, is a very, very, very big mistake. And hopefully they'll hear that and they'll come around. I think we have a lot of concerns with the current ownership of AVP. Bally Live owning the regional sports networks, the Diamond Group regional sports networks that have just declared bankruptcy. So I think we got a lot of concerns to have as AVP fans here, as I'm sure all of you are here domestically watching beach volleyball, both on the domestic tour and the FIVP. Anyways, that's it for me. I'll check back in later this weekend. Please make sure you check out our Instagram and our Twitter handle right there at Bet the Beach. Bet the Beach Live here on YouTube Live. Subscribe, like, give us all that kind of stuff. And as I said, either late night tonight or early tomorrow morning before the games kick off, you can find our odds and our picks for the main draw of the Itapema Challenge in Brazil over the next 3 days. Should be a fun one. So again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. And we will talk to you down the road.